Roman Reigns isn't that bad.
Hey guys, it's Tim and Nick, and this is Pro Wrestling Unlimited. Say hi, Nick.
Hi, Nick.
I knew you were going to say that.
What? No, you didn't. No, you didn't.
Hey.
Don't lie to the people.
The big dog is here in the chat. He says hi.
The big... Here.
As Scott Frame says, F Roman.
Someone want to tell me why Roman sucks? Instead of, he gets shoved down our throats.
Hi says hey.
Hey, what's going on, man? How you doing?
All right, let's send out the tweet to let everybody know, hey, we're live, in case YouTube doesn't give you a notification, because that happens sometimes.
I just got a weird tweet from someone. Oh, it's someone that, I guess, liked the fact that we were live. I forgot YouTube does that for you.
What?
If you like a video, they tweet it out for you.
Oh, yeah.
Shout out to @ScottyStyles29 on Twitter, who liked the Pro Wrestling Unlimited podcast on August 23rd, 2017.
Hey.
My laptop's being a big slow face.
That's not good.
He did not make The Undertaker retire. The Undertaker chose to retire.
Robert Cathy in the chat says, oh, snap. Tim started on time.
Wow. What up, Nick? What's going on, MMA Matt, or Double M Matt? Double MA Matt. What's up, guys? What do you think of Bobby Roode's debut? Well, Tim, what did you think of Bobby Roode's debut?
I thought he oddly came off as a babyface, to be honest.
Yeah, no, he did really come off babyfacey to me. I just want you to take a look at that hashtag that was just put in chat.
Nick the Heel?
It's going to be forever. I hope you're aware of this. It's just going to be forever.
I was wondering if it was coming back tonight.
Oh, yeah, it's going to. Timmy, I dislike Kyle Busch.
Oh, that is not a good sentence in my house. Everybody in my house loves Kyle Busch.
Here's the thing. Here's the thing. I can't like a guy whose name is the same as a really watered down alcoholic beverage. Do you know there's a beer named Busch Light.
They sponsor NASCAR.
I keep forgetting that you watch NASCAR. I don't know why. It's just NASCAR's been something that I never understood.
Oh, I've been watching it my entire life.
Well, yeah, being that I got to burp. Can I burp into the microphone or away?
Sure.
Shit.
You gave a warning.
All right.
Oh, Scott Frame agrees. Busch beer does suck.
Attaboy, Scott Frame. Glad to know that the lag isn't too far behind. Then it's only a couple seconds behind. Oh God. Shit, I gotta do it again. I've been hardcore vaping. So it's just all the air is inside of my lungs right now. So guys, before we really get into today's show, be sure to go over when the show's over, open a new tab or go on your phone. Go over to PWUnlimited.net. For those of you that really want to see what can happen with just a lot of heart, then go over to PWUnlimited.net, because I think that's just like, that right there shows how much Tim wants this to be a good thing. So why don't we show him some love and go over there, check it out, and give us your feedback on the website, guys.
Oh, yeah, for sure. It's going to be a slow rollout. Like, stuff will go up there every day. Sometimes stuff will only go up on the YouTube. A lot of times there's going to be stuff that's only going to go up on the actual website. But, yeah, PWUnlimited.net is something we're working on now, and we hope to grow that. I don't want to say, like, grow it as quickly as the YouTube grew. And the YouTube grew pretty quickly in the last 2 years. Like, this month is our 2-year anniversary, so.
Wow. Happy anniversary.
I know. YouTube says we started July 31st, but I say technically August 1st, just say August is the month.
Matthew Lopez says there should be an NXT title. NXT TV title, excuse me.
Interesting you say that. Brian Alvarez said on Tuesday's edition of Wrestling Observer Radio that he knows for a fact that it has been discussed, a secondary title in NXT, Whether it does happen or not, that's a completely different story. But he says that it has been discussed. So, hey, we could see that happen at any time if they really want to go that route of having a secondary title in NXT.
What do you think that title would be, though? Would it be like a United States or an internet?
Well, I mean, they can do either like a TV title or even like a Florida State Championship since they're based in Florida.
Ooh, I like that. I like that idea.
I mean, it's your secondary title. You can name it whatever you want, honestly.
Yeah. I mean, it's going to be basically their version of the IC title.
Exactly. It's like, okay, this guy we like this guy. He's good. He may be ready for the NXT title at some point, but we're trying him out here first, you know.
Ooh, can I reply to a comment?
Sure.
Braun Strowman says Enzo deserves to be a cruiserweight. He sucks. Tim, does that make any sense to you? He deserves to be a cruiserweight because he sucks.
So Neville sucks?
So Grand Metalik sucks?
Oh, I'm so disappointed with how they've used Grand Metalik.
I know.
He was number 2 in the Cruiserweight Classic, and because he doesn't speak English, they haven't used him well.
Fucking Nakamura doesn't speak English.
Nakamura speaks more English than Metalik.
Oh my god. Picture a Florida State championship has a Seminole on them. No, it's gonna have an alligator. Seminoles are terrible. Tim, do you follow football at all?
I keep up with it. I don't like
keep up.
watch it weekly or anything, but I keep up with like the NFL stuff.
I was gonna say, do you do like fantasy and all that good stuff?
Not for football. I do for NASCAR, but not for football.
Braun says, I mean, he sucks. Hold on. Hold your horses, young man. You do fantasy NASCAR?
Yeah.
Explain how the fuck this works.
You pick a driver each week, and then you get points based off where that driver finishes in the race.
Huh.
Yeah.
Huh.
Yeah.
That's not fantasy.
It really is, because it's actually pretty hard when, not to get off topic, but the way we do it is if you pick a driver and he doesn't win, you can never use that driver again for the season. So when you get down to like we are now with like 12 races left of the year and you're slim pickings with drivers that never finish better than 20th, it's like, dang.
Whoa. Yeah, no, that's interesting. Like,
yeah.
Never.
Real quick, I got to shout out Supreme Bree with a $10 super chat donation. I want to say thank you there.
Just going to call that out. Yeah, thanks, Supreme Bree 3345 for the $10. We greatly appreciate it. NASCAR is boring to me. Don't watch it. Yeah, if it's boring to you, don't watch it. That's what I never understood. Is people like when they were like, oh, Raw sucks. Like, okay, don't watch it. Like, I don't know, man. Timmy picking what? All right, we got to sing.
Oh.
We got to sing. Everybody in chat, let's get ready to sing.
Supreme Bree, today is my birthday. Well, let's sing Supreme Bree, happy birthday. I'll lead this off. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, Supreme Bree 3345.
That was awkward.
Happy birthday to you.
You went really country with that one.
That is how I sing.
I like Robert. Damn, Bree, spending all your cards money. Happy birthday, my man. That's nice of him. That's $35.
I appreciate it on his birthday of all days.
I think today, Supreme Bree, what's the first topic we should talk about? Let's let him pick it.
Okay, because I had one ready to go, but yeah, that's a good idea.
It's his birthday. Come on, give him one. I think I know what you want to talk about, and we'll get to that. We'll save that.
Yeah, I think you do as well.
Yeah, we'll save that for the middle. Supreme Bree, what's our first topic? So I enjoy a nice Monster Energy. The Asylum of Hell says he can sing country well. I think he's talking about you.
Well, I appreciate that.
Did you put on your cowboy hat before you did that?
Nope. You should see me at karaoke.
I absolutely want this. What was that cool thing that popped up with the super kick?
Oh, it was when someone does a super chat donation. It's a new thing I had set up.
Nice. That looks dope, dude.
Yeah. You didn't hear it, did you?
What do you mean hear it? Oh, no, I got the volume off on the stream. What does it say?
It just says, it's instead of where it goes Bullet Club, it says super chat.
Nice. Who's the voice of doing it?
Mine, but made deeper and to sound more like the Bullet Club thing.
I'll believe it. Hashtag heel sing. That's me. All right, so I see Scott Frame just said it in chat. Supreme Brie, we'll let you pick it in a little bit, but let's go beach ball. Beach ball sucks.
Beach ball mania.
Oh wait. He wants to talk about low key leaving Impact.
Low key leaving Impact.
With a $5 donation. What?
Jesus, thank you again.
Supreme Brie. What the hell, man? Thank you for the $5. So low key leaving Impact. Tim, why don't you tell us a little bit about it?
So there's two different stories going around right now on this. We put it up actually on the website, PWUnlimited.net, that Low-Key asked for his release from Impact Wrestling, or GFW, whatever you want to call it. And some are saying that it was a financial reason as far as he was wanting to ask for more money. And some were saying that he was upset with creative and the way they were going to use him going forward towards Bound for Glory. But one thing that is true is he has not been fired or let go. It was a mutual thing. Now, I do know that before Alberto El Patron was stripped of the championship, they were going to go in a direction of Low-Key was going to be in the LAX faction, and LAX faction was going to feud with Alberto El Patron, and Low-Key and Patron would feud over the GFW championship. And then, Patron left or didn't. Well, we don't know what's going on with Patron other than he was stripped of the championship, and they went a completely different direction with the World Championship. Spoiler alert, Eli Drake's the champion, and he's going to be feuding with Johnny Impact going into Bound for Glory. If you're unaware, another spoiler alert, Johnny Impact is the former John Morrison. So it kind of just left Low-Key on the outside, I guess, from everything I've been able to gather from the
He was
TV
basically
tapings.
an afterthought.
Yes, from everything I've been able to gather from the TV tapings they did this week, he was just kind of just pushed aside as far as not being used as a top guy anymore or in like a top level spot, and he just wasn't happy with that. He just felt that you were gonna push me, and now because this guy messed up, because Patron's gone, I'm just cast aside.
In my opinion, I am. Someone just said TNA sucks, and someone named GFW Global Force Wrestling just says, "What you say?"
What you say?
This is so funny. I hate Low-Key. He's such a stiff worker. I don't get the Agent 47 gimmick. I don't like it.
Oh, you mean trying to be like Hitman?
Yeah. I don't like it. I don't like him. He's really boring. And just
I mean, when he was solely when the X division was good back in the day, and he was in that division and one of the top guys there, I liked him. Then he went to WWE and he was Caval. They put him on the NXT. I don't even know if you can call it a reality show when they did the seasons of NXT. He was there and his mentors were Lay Cool, and he was made to look like a complete geek. And then he went back. He went to New Japan. And he got let go there, and then he went back to TNA, and it's just, I don't know. He's one of those guys that there's something missing that he can't connect fully with the crowd, with the fans, in my opinion.
He's definitely he's a surprise appearance pop and nothing else after that.
Right.
We'll be taking calls in a quick minute. We do want to talk about something real quick.
Right. Again, Supreme Brie with another $5 donation asking, when will Bobby Roode win the WWE title?
Tomorrow. At a house show.
Well, it looks like they're still going to continue the route of Nakamura challenging for the championship. So we'll have to see.
It'll be Nakamura till Mania.
You think that long? You think they're going to go Nakamura Jinder all the way to Mania?
Nah, Survivor Series, my bad. I didn't realize how fucking far away Mania was.
I mean, I know they're very high on Bobby Roode. Bobby Roode's very over with the crowd. The only thing I worry about is that the crowd likes Bobby Roode's entrance and theme song too much, and then they start getting the mindset of, oh, this guy isn't over. It's just the theme, because we've seen that before.
But I do, in all honesty, think Bobby Roode is really over. I think he's a great fucking guy. He's really talented.
I mean, as long as they put him as a heel, like he can be. I've seen him be a good baby face when he was in TNA.
Mm-hmm.
But the heel stuff he did in NXT was just like on another level.
Oh yeah. Oh, absolutely.
So
do you want to take calls, or do you want to talk about that thing that's been bothering you since you texted me about it?
well, we have one call that keeps coming in. Same person. Let's take this call first. Caller, you're on the air. What's going on?
Hi, I have a few questions.
Go for it.
All right, so do you think Bobby Roode will win the U.S. title before he wins the WWE title?
That's a good question. With the way they're trying to, I guess you could say, push the United States Championship as something bigger than it's been in the past, I could maybe see that. There is a possibility. It just really depends on how much Vince is invested in Bobby Roode. If he's invested in Bobby Roode as much as he has been so far with Nakamura, then maybe you have Bobby Roode challenge for the WWE title first, just like AJ Styles.
Do you think Shelton Benjamin and Chad Gable as a tag team would work out, or do you feel like one of them will turn heel and it'll be a feud between those two?
I don't think they turn heel. I don't think they'd turn heel anytime soon. Benjamin as a heel is virtually impossible. That dude's going to be over for the next, 6-ish months.
Oh, yeah. When someone comes back to WWE, they're going to get the babyface reaction for a long time. And like Nick said, 6 months, maybe even up to a year. I've seen Benjamin be a heel on the indies and stuff, and he can do it. It's just the fact of he's going to get that babyface pop for a while, especially if they use his theme and he doesn't just use the American Alpha theme.
Ain't no stopping me, no.
Oh yeah, you hear that as soon as you hear that "Ain't no stopping me now," that crowd's gonna just go ballistic.
Is it now or is it no?
Ain't no stopping me. I thought it was "Ain't no stopping me now."
I think it's
That says, "Ain't no stopping me, no." I always thought it was that.
I always thought it was now. I'll Google it.
Do it.
I think it's now. But
well, I didn't ask
what you think Shelton Benjamin in his new run in WWE, do you think he'll gain a major singles title?
I don't think he's worried. He might, but I think with the young talent already on SmackDown, I don't think Shelton Benjamin's coming in here expecting to win a title. I think he's coming back. I want to come back to the WWE. I want to still work for WWE, but I want to be able to help younger guys. So I think that's the whole reason with pairing him with Gable was to not only teach Gable, but to really show how good of a wrestler Gable is compared to Benjamin. Now, seeing a match between those two guys, if, say, Benjamin does turn heel on Gable, that would be really fun to watch. But one thing that I've noticed is that, remember that WWE is not too afraid to throw the tag titles on random put-together tag teams.
Rhino and Heath Slater.
Say that again?
Yeah, I was commenting because of Rhino and Heath Slater. It was just
exactly Rhino and Slater, Batista and Rey Mysterio.
Yeah.
So they're not afraid to do that, even though that was like mid 2006. Still, though, they were not afraid to do it, and I feel like they'd do it again with these guys. But I don't think Benjamin's expecting it.
Right, and I think they're more than just a slap together team because they've got that same style. They're I just hope they don't call them World's Greatest Tag Team 2.0 or something like that. They can just call them Gable and Benjamin.
Yeah. Gable is Benjamin's white son.
Oh, no. That's like people going along saying, oh, we're going to find out that Shelton Benjamin's really Jason Jordan's father, and they've been screwing with Kurt this whole time.
You just got swerved.
Which I'm going to talk about the Kurt Angle, Jason Jordan stuff in a little bit as well.
Sure.
But thanks for the call, and have a great night.
All right, thanks. Bye.
All right.
So,
Beach Ball Mania.
Oh, God. Beach Ball. Tim, take it away, bud.
All right, so as we saw at, well, let me rewind 1 year.
1 year.
2016,
Good
Dallas,
year.
Texas, the night after WrestleMania 32. The Raw after WrestleMania, which is romanticized as one of the greatest crowds every year for professional wrestling, at least within the WWE. How about I say that?
Mm-hmm.
So on that night, WWE filmed one of their 24 specials. And on this 24 special, which oddly enough you can buy on DVD at Walmart on like a 3-disc DVD pack.
Why?
I don't know, but anyways, that's beside the point. They actually showed and talked about the crowd throwing the beach ball around and made it seem like a very, very cool thing. With that, we come to 2017 and Cesaro ripping up the beach ball at SummerSlam. After doing that, people started saying, oh man, that's cool. Let's bring more beach balls to see if we can get more reaction from the actual wrestlers. So we go to Raw, and they're throwing the beach ball around. We saw it in the Jason Jordan Balor match. We saw the beach ball floating around. Then it happened again in the main event, and John Cena was pretty much like, hey, let those guys have fun, because he noticed the security was, trying to take the beach ball away. And Corey Graves even said something about, hey, it's cool, whatever. And then we go to SmackDown, and apparently WWE told the security, don't let anyone bring in anything inflatable. So, beach balls. So how are you going to romanticize the beach ball thing on your own WWE Network special, and then a year and a half later, ban it? I get it that it's distracting to the workers in the ring, that some can say it's disrespectful. But to romanticize it and call it something cool and something that, it doesn't happen often, but when it does, it's a moment for the crowd, and then tell them they can't do it anymore, it's just weird to me.
Yeah, I don't like Beach Ball Mania. I feel really bad for a lot of these guys that are stuck doing these matches where people are just not watching or not caring at all. It really... It just really sucks having to watch a great match with Finn fucking Balor, and there's beach balls in the crowd, left and right, and it's just sad. Go on.
They banned the beach ball, but then you see, they're distracting, the crowd's distracting. So what about when they start doing the wave? They can't ban the wave. You're not bringing anything in. You're just doing the wave.
You can't ban the wave, but the thing is like, the difference between the beach ball and the wave is done when it gets when people just don't fucking care. Right. And the beach ball is because this would be funny if we did this, huh?
I think the beach ball thing, I was told by someone that was in the Barclays Center for Raw, there was about, if you count up every time they saw a beach ball come around that they can tell was a different beach ball, it was probably 7 to 10 beach balls. Throughout the night of Raw.
That's just too many. That's just not. Yeah. It's not cool. I cannot fathom paying that much money for a ticket to go to a show, pay for food at the show, pay for parking at the show, and ruin it by just throwing a beach ball.
Yeah.
Really? Where does the fun come in that? Where does anything good come out of that? Nowhere.
So, I see it both ways. It's distracting. It's some can say it's disrespectful. But you did kind of say that it was a cool thing that happened on that one night after WrestleMania. So, you can argue it either way.
Yep. I never thought it was cool. I don't mean to be... I'm a hipster. I don't think anything's cool, but I didn't think throwing a beach ball into a stadium was going to be cool or anything like that,
Well, didn't one of them actually go over the barricade during the Balor Jordan match on Raw as well?
I don't know, actually.
I think there was one match on Raw where one of the beach balls actually made it to ringside.
Probably.
I wouldn't doubt
it.
Cesaro wasn't out there to pop that one.
Yeah, unfortunately. But yeah, I just it's so heart wrenching
Yeah.
to see that happen. Who cares, and why are you guys talking about beach balls? Because we have opinions on things, and that's why you guys show up to hear us talk about our opinions, and then you give us your opinions.
To be honest, this is one of the big stories of the week because, like I said, WWE romanticized it at one point, and now they're banning it. And so it's like a topic of discussion as far as, do you agree with them banning it because they've called it a cool thing before? Or do you agree with them banning it because it is disrespectful to the wrestlers in the ring when you have this beach ball floating around, the crowd's not paying attention, the people watching at home can see that the crowds are looking the opposite way of the ring, and so people watching at home are like, oh, what's going on in the crowd? Is there a fight going on? Is there a beach ball floating around? You know, it's disrespectful and distracting even to the people watching at home, because sometimes you might be like, oh, why is the crowd not paying attention? What am I missing?
Exactly. It's just, I don't know, man. Fans ruin wrestling.
Uh-oh.
Fans ruin wrestling. I'm sorry. I didn't want to say it. But I had to say it. I had to.
You ready to take another call?
Yeah, I'm ready to take another call. Let's talk about something happy.
Nope. Take it. And lost them. Right as I went to click it.
They're scared.
I don't know. So, here we go. Excuse me. Caller, you're on the air. What's going on?
Hey, guys. I have a couple questions.
Okay.
First, do you think that with Asuka being injured currently and out for at least a couple months, do you think it might be the perfect time to strip her of the women's title so that when she comes back, they don't have to do the same thing they did with Paige, move her up to the main roster, strip her of the title, and then have a tournament? Because if they did that, it'd be exactly what they did with Paige when she debuted on the main roster.
I think they're not going to strip her of that title.
I don't either.
I cannot imagine them stripping Asuka of that belt just because she's going to be out for a few weeks. Like, they could maybe do a big tournament to determine the number one contender.
Mae Young Classic.
So they can...
But wouldn't it be better, though, moving her up to the main roster still undefeated? Because then it would be protecting her undefeated streak. And then when she comes back, it would be a surprise.
No, because coming back from injury, they should at least keep her in NXT for like a month, just show she can get back in the ring, back on, cameras and stuff, and then after maybe a month or two, then move her back up to the main roster, then move her to the main roster, because then you don't have to worry about, okay, she's fresh off of injury, and then she's immediately going out on a huge stand. She's going to be on, fucking SmackDown or Raw. So, as far as I can think, what's going to happen is she'll come back, she'll face whoever. Whoever beats her is going to probably be the most over person in the world as a heel. And then she will go up to the main roster, and she will be undefeated on the main roster as well.
Yeah.
Okay. And also, with Chad Gable, do you think he might be turning heel soon? Because since it was announced that Jason Jordan is Kurt Angle's son and all that, it seems like Chad Gable is really almost resentful that that's all people want to ask him about. That it's almost like nobody cares about him anymore, and hey, I'm still here. Do you think with them pairing him with Shelton Benjamin, he might do kind of what Shawn Michaels did and kind of just said, no, I'm here, I'm stepping into the spotlight, and maybe become the next Shawn Michaels?
Tim, you want to take this one first or me?
I think by the way he was so excited to be paired up with Shelton Benjamin this week, and he was like, I followed your whole career, amateur and professionally, and just the way he was so over the moon to be paired up with Benjamin, I don't see that really happening. If he would have been, if Daniel Bryan would have told him, hey, we're going to pair you up with Shelton Benjamin, and he kind of would have been like, another tag team, then I could have maybe saw something like that. But with the way he was so excited, I couldn't see something like that happening.
But didn't you feel like his excitement was a little bit too played on, where it was like, oh my God, this is like the best thing in the world, but not really? Like, because when I watched it, I felt like he's way overacting. Maybe he's just not a very good actor then, because it just seems way over the top with his reaction.
Could I throw something at you real quick to see what you think?
Cool.
So we've got super duper excited Chad Gable. Oh my God, this is incredible! Like I'm going to be teaming with Shelton Benjamin. This is insane. But it doesn't live up to the hype. What did I say?
No, you can continue. To me, it seemed like it was way overacting or just very.
Well, right. It could have been. I understand the overacting, but it could be like that whole legitimate thing. But then it doesn't live up to the hype, to where his excitement, like it ended up being like, I'm the one doing all the work in these matches, and he's still getting praised because he's just Shelton Benjamin, and then that can be the kind of kickstart to like, hey, I'm done. Like I'm not as afterthought for a tag team. I'm a singles guy. I can do this. I can carry my own. I'll prove it. I'll face you in a match. I mean, that's pay-per-view money right there.
Yeah.
So I could definitely see Gable being kind of like Bayley in the sense of a super fan, and then realizing that stuff goes south really quickly.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I see happening.
And with my other part, do you think that Chad Gable could be the next Shawn Michaels if they booked him right?
No.
Probably not.
No one's going to be the next Shawn Michaels. I don't want another Shawn Michaels.
Well, no, not another Shawn Michaels, but I mean the talent level and like that level of being loved and over and being able to control the emotions of the audience so much.
Well, we kind of saw that early on with Dolph Ziggler, and Dolph Ziggler's been compared to Shawn Michaels a number of times, and it never really panned out.
Which is a shame, isn't it?
Yes, it is. He deserves way better than he gets.
I used to love Dolphin Ziggler. Used to just love him. used to love him, but he definitely fell off quick.
Oh yeah.
Well, Dolph was always one of my favorites, and I in fact got to meet him a couple times, and super cool guy even after I insulted him. So.
I think Dolph's never been the same when they made him cut his hair and take the blonde out.
Yeah, that was weird.
I really think since then he's never really been the same and been as over as he was previously.
Okay. I agree, but I think he just needs a total repackaging then.
Right. And they're doing something new with him. He might be getting a valet or something next week. The way he made it sound.
Do you think he needs it, though? Because he's always kind of had a valet. Yeah. Anyways, thanks, guys. I got to go.
All right. Thanks for the call. Have a great night.
I'm at work.
She's at work?
Dedication to listening to our podcast and calling in.
That is way too far. Robert Cathy says, I leave for a few when the chat is talking about Nia nudes.
Yeah, the chat got a little...
I'm gonna
13 for a minute.
I'm gonna make a little statement about something real quick.
Shoot.
I saw a bunch of people being like, I want more Paige nudes. Like, dude, I feel terrible for Paige.
Oh yeah.
That's gotta suck. That girl is going through a lot of shit.
Yeah. And
she is just like, God, I feel bad for her. That kind of stuff should not be made fun of at all. It's really sad.
Oh, for sure. I mean, it's really screwed with her and messed up with her life. I don't know if this is true, but some said that when the first stuff all started happening, she kind of went into a slight depression.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know how true that is. It's just, what people were saying that they'd heard from her family and people close to her that, it really hit her hard. That why would people do this to me? Which, I mean, it sucks.
Tim.
What's up?
Daniel316 asks, hey, Tim, what's your comment on the rumors of Lana and Rusev wanting their release?
Oh, that it's fake.
Fake as hell.
Yeah, it was reported by Sportskeeda.
What?
Supreme Bree with a $50 super chat donation.
Supreme. Hold on, Tim. Let me just... Supreme. Do you know what $50 can get you? You could get half of a PlayStation 4 for $50.
Order.
Right?
Order.
You're a quarter. Thank you, Supreme Breeby, for that $50 appreciation donation. We love you.
And that leads me to another thing. Supreme Brewery is actually one of our Patreons on patreon.com. If you guys would like to help us out, go over to patreon.com/PWUnlimited, and depending on which tier you do sign up for, you will get some pretty cool perks from me and Nick.
And you know what?
So,
one of the perks, if someone donates, if someone does the $50 Patreon, I will. No, I should not say this because I know they're gonna hold me to it. Fuck it. I will get a tattoo of the person's username.
What?
If they do, if they donate $100, I will get a tattoo of their fucking username. As long as it's not offensive. I'll do it. Yeah, why not? I'll just do it on my leg.
Wow.
I wear pants all the time. Yeah, no, I'll do it. If someone donates $100, I will absolutely tattoo my leg. But it cannot be like 2020. It has to just be straight up 100. I'm an awful human being. Someone's gonna do it, and then I'm gonna have to go through with this.
Oh Lord.
Ooh, Tim.
Nick.
I had something I wanted to throw at you.
Go for it.
But I'm just gonna at Nick the Heel should WWE. Okay. I have a comment first before Tim. At Nick the Heel, should WWE just drop 205 Lives and put guys like Neville and Tozawa on Raw and stop putting these once badass indie guys into TG tag team pussies? If you don't like 205 Live, don't watch it. All right? Like, I understand. 205 Live is hard to watch. That's why I don't watch it. Now that Enzo's there, I might watch it a little bit more just to see what happens. We don't only care about money, Jake Bauer.
Right.
That's okay. But PG tag team pussies, PG is the best thing to ever happen to wrestling, and that's a fact. Because PG wrestling spawned safer, more athletic wrestling with guys like, I don't know, Finn Balor, Seth Rollins, just to name two big freaking guys. God, I don't know.
When I went to SmackDown earlier this year, you go to SmackDown, you get to watch 205 Live, and there was actually a really, really good match between, I think it was TJP and Rich Swann, and that match was great. Like they're doing.
Go ahead.
I said they're doing really good matches. It's just that the crowd watched SmackDown, and so they're just like, okay, whatever. These guys are just gonna do what they do. And they don't care about it because they've already been sitting there for 2 hours. And I feel bad for these guys. 'Cause like I said, there was a really, really good match between, I'm pretty sure it wasn't TJP. It was Noam Dar and Rich Swann.
I know exactly what you're talking about. It was a great match.
Yes, like they were fighting ringside, literally right in front of me at ringside in the ring. And it was just a good match. And for some reason, until they started fighting at ringside, the crowd just didn't get into it. And I don't know if it's a fact of the crowd was already tired by that time. But I can't even say that because they popped for the dark match after 205 Live.
Exactly. They just don't care about 205 Live.
Yeah, I think the main thing is because you watch Raw, you see the cruiserweights, like they did this whole thing, cruiserweights are coming to Raw. And then you see them once or twice on the show in 3-minute segments.
Exactly.
But WWE's already told us that, hey, these guys can be cool. These guys can be spotlighted with their own show. But we don't really care about them on a show that more people watch.
On that note, Supreme Brewery with a $6 donation. I'm going to Patreon right now to change to the $50 one.
Oh, no.
David Canty says, at Nick the Heel. Apparently my new name is at Nick the Heel, by the way.
I've noticed that.
Serious question. Your take on the Hardys and their battle of the GFW over the broken gimmick. I've kind of said this before. I either just want to know that we're either not, or I want to know if we're either not going to get the broken gimmick or we are going to get it. Then I can watch these matches without absolutely hating them. I just want to know at this point.
Exactly.
That's it. Yeah, that's my take on it. At Nick the Heel, okay, then they should just drop the cruiserweight division. No, they shouldn't, because the
No.
cruiserweight division is doing fantastic. They're putting on amazing matches, like Tim just said, but people just don't care because it's such a bad time slot.
Right,
It's
that's
just
okay. Let me shoot one thing at you with this cruiserweight thing.
Don't kill me.
What were cruiserweights always known for?
Being high flying.
Okay, so then how come the cruiserweights are stifled as far as we don't see much high flying? But you watch Raw, you watch SmackDown, and you see guys like Big E Langston. You see guys like Seth Rollins doing dives to the outside, going to the top rope, hitting frog splashes and stuff. But then you watch 205 Live, and you'll have, 3 matches on a show of 205 Live, and maybe one guy will attempt to go to the top rope or dive out the ring.
Yeah. I mean,
Like, why are these heavyweights getting to do the quote-unquote cruiserweight style and not the cruiserweights?
I don't know, man. I don't know what they're doing with that cruiserweight division, but it needs a revamp. It needs it needs more, but it needs less, if that makes sense.
No, I kind of get that, yeah.
Like, I don't know. Well, Jake Bauer. What did Jake Bauer say? Let's go back.
That's what I'm trying to find.
What happened to Dolph Ziggler? He took time off to revamp himself.
Yeah, they had no plans for him after the, Nakamura stuff. They want to try and change his character up a little bit. It's still unknown exactly what that could be. I did see a comment. I didn't see who it was from because the comments were going a little quick. Someone said that maybe they can put Peyton Royce and Billy Kay with Dolph Ziggler.
I like that idea. That's a good idea right there.
He said something about possibly having like a valet, and so they can have them with Dolph Ziggler. They can still wrestle if they want on the main roster as well, but they can be associated with Dolph and just be these 3 smarmy heels.
Oh my God, Tim!
Because the way Dolph sounded last night was like, "Oh, the crowd's against me. They don't care about me no more. I'm gonna try to do things better, and I'm gonna try to reinvent myself." And he's just gonna be this heel that's like, "The crowd's always against me. Why should I care about them anymore?" You know? And Peyton Royce and Billy Kay, they're kind of like the heels of we're better than everybody. We're better than the common fan and this and that. So, I mean, those 3 together could be something.
Tim,
Yes.
he fucking did it.
What happened?
He did the $50 Patreon.
Uh-oh.
He fucking did it. Why? Why did you do this to me, Supreme Brute? Does that mean I gotta get a tattoo of his name?
I thought you said 100.
That's right, it did say 100. Thank you, Tim. Thank you. Thanks for saving my... Do we got any calls?
Not at the moment, but I do want to bring up this.
Don't hurt yourself, bud.
As seen on Monday's Raw, Big Cass took a bad bump over the top rope to the outside that injured his left knee. Big Cass tried to finish the match, and when things didn't go his way trying to hit an Empire elbow, his knee gave out and he collapsed. The referee immediately ended the match, and doctors at ringside quickly ran over to tend to Big Cass. It was later confirmed by WWE.com that Big Cass was injured and an MRI was to come on Tuesday. Well, WWE has updated the story, saying that Big Cass did get the MRI, and the initial review of that MRI does reveal an ACL tear and a possible medial meniscus tear that will require surgery and keep Big Cass out of action for upwards of 9 months.
Oh, wow. Right as you were talking about that, David asked, can you have a talk about Big Cass's condition?
Yeah, so he's possibly out.
Oh, never mind. I already did.
He's possibly out till next May.
Dude, I mean, I thought it was all storyline.
No.
I honestly thought that injury was just storyline, but God, poor Cass.
Yeah, right as he was going to finish the Enzo stuff and be able to,
branch out,
show what he can do as a singles.
Yeah, poor guy. I mean, poor guy. Cass, man. I wish
you
the best.
You talk about bad timing. That's bad timing for an injury to occur.
Seriously, when he comes back, I know he's gonna come back to a very, very warm welcome. Big Cass, best of luck. We hope to see you back soon. Tim and chat. I want to bring. God, Tim. I don't know if I should bring this up to you like off the show and then talk about it, or because I'm sure you'll be down for it.
Okay.
but I had an idea for our Twitch and our YouTube page.
Okay.
It just recalled to me that I do own a PS4.
So do I.
And I do own WWE 2K17.
So do I.
I mean, if you'd be down, I would not mind streaming some games, just me playing online with like people from chat if they want to play.
Yeah, I've actually thought about that before as well.
I think that'd be awesome. I just think getting some gameplay on here will definitely it's something new, something fun.
Oh yeah, for sure. And I was planning on doing the career mode for 2K18 when that comes out. Maybe doing a universe mode and other stuff as well.
No, yeah, for sure. I think that would be awesome. Don't you think Cash should have let Enzo pin him? No, because I don't think Enzo was supposed to win that match.
I don't think so either. That's why, they went to you can tell, as soon as Cass knew he was hurt, they went to the finish. He tried to hit that Empire elbow to finish the match, and then he gave out, and he just couldn't.
Just poor guy. I feel fucking terrible for him, dude.
But let's take a call.
Yeah, let's take a call.
All right. Caller, you're on the air. What's going on?
Yes. I'd like to know, what impact do you think Enzo gonna have on the cruiserweights?
Do you listen to Nick's Hot Take?
Sir?
Do you listen to our segment Nick's Hot Take on the page?
Most of the time, yeah.
All right. Well, this week's edition was talking about Enzo on 205 Live, and I said that it's going to do nothing but great things for not only 205 Live, but for Enzo himself. Yeah. I think it's really going to help out both guys. But what do you think? What do you think is going to happen with that, bud?
Well, I think he's going to become a champion.
Oh, that's a bold claim, my man.
Very bold.
That's a bold claim.
I mean, he gave a boost to that division.
How?
And, how?
Yeah.
Well, he get major pop.
Can I chime in real fast?
He get a major pop and everything. He put the cruiser race back on the map. I mean, on the map.
Tim, go ahead.
One thing I saw on Twitter last night. Oh, hey, real quick, a $20 super chat donation from Supreme Bree.
Where are you getting this money, Supreme Bree? Where?
Back to Enzo. I don't know how many tweets I saw last night that said, I watched 205 Live for the first or second time ever last night because I heard Enzo was on there. I went to the network and rewatched it just to see Enzo and what he actually did. I don't know how many tweets I saw last night saying that. Like, it was their first time they ever watched 205 Live, or they hadn't watched in forever since the show started, and they went back just because Enzo was on that show.
And, he will put Neville in his place.
That's another bold statement.
You are a just adventurous man. I enjoy this.
Oh yes. I mean, the way he looked like a giant over him.
No. Did you not
definitely hear what you mean.
Did you see Enzo's Snapchat last night? He posted a picture of himself with no shirt on, and it says 206. He said something like 206 pounds. I don't even care.
Did you see his Instagram post?
I saw that.
No.
Have you not seen his most recent?
No, but I can go to Instagram now and check.
Can I read it out for you?
Go for it.
Okay. Let me find exactly what this bad boy is. I think it's right here. All right. Went out last night to the city that never sleeps. Got myself nice and dehydrated. Took a power nap. Woke up at roughly 7:40 p.m. Stepped on the scale. Weighed 206 pounds. Thinking emoji. ... I had a cup of coffee emoji. ... Sat down on a throne. Took a poop emoji. ... And hashtag 205 live. I absolutely hate this guy.
Well, I'm not his favorite fan, but
did he come off as a heel? Did he come off as a heel to you on that show?
He has
to. Yes.
Okay, I'm not
the
only one thinking that then.
Yes.
Shrek trolls everybody.
Everybody just hate Neville.
Shrek trolls everybody in the chat, says Enzo, the new king of the cruiserweights.
He is.
I think if Neville drops that title to Enzo, Neville needs to request his release.
Oh man.
God.
He gonna wreck shock that division.
You know what? I think he's gonna put a fire into that division. I think he's gonna bring an audience, and the audience is gonna bring a better performance out of those people because now they know that they're not just wrestling for some people in the arena. They're gonna be wrestling for a lot of people.
Right.
So yeah, definitely, man. Thanks so much for your call.
Well, one more thing.
What's up?
Out of Roman Reigns and John Cena.
John Cena.
No.
Okay.
Who will the fans go for the most?
John Cena.
Yeah, John Cena.
John Cena.
Because
John Cena looked like he's high the last week or so.
I think the fans will be more behind John Cena because he now does the Kurt Angle thing when they chant that John Cena sucks. He just goes with it and he loves it. Like when they boo Roman Reigns, Roman just doesn't do anything. He gives no reaction. At least with Cena, he plays it up.
I mean, they both get the negative reaction, right?
Right.
And the Miz get the pop. But like Miz say, and it's true, John Cena do not care if they cheer boo him.
No.
Roman Reigns either. It don't make a difference. But it hurts him. Which I didn't understand it at first. I had to think about it. But why would you cheer for Roman or boo Roman when it don't matter?
Can I tell you why people boo Roman?
Why?
Because the guy next to me at a live show also booed Roman, and that looks like the fun thing to do.
Exactly.
People don't hate Roman Reigns. The people that hate Roman Reigns are walking around wearing Bullet Club t-shirts to WWE events. I'm sorry, but it's true.
Well, not even that, because they were booing Roman Reigns before it was cool to have a Bullet Club shirt from Hot Topic.
Oh. That's true, but like
it's
you know what I mean.
It's the fact of they started pushing Roman Reigns before the crowd was actually behind him. So fans feel like, well, we never got behind this guy, so why are you pushing this guy so soon? And because of that, they started to resent it, and then, large amounts of the crowd started booing for Roman because of it, and now, like you said, it's just become the cool thing to do on TV. Because I can tell you for a fact, when you go to a house show, Roman Reigns gets one of the bigger pops. But when you go to TV taping...
I went to 3 house shows. Yeah.
And when you go to a TV taping, they're going to boo Roman out the building.
But how would it stop?
It really
I can tell you how it'll stop. It will stop when he is champion for a while, for like 6 months, for 8 months. When he's a champion... Okay, let me see how I'm trying to word this without dropping like 17 million F-bombs. When he's a champion, fans are not going to like him, but he'll be a good heel champion. There's only so many faces in the world. There's only so many faces in the world to chase after it. And at the same time, if you can make Roman this champion for such a long time, people are going to get behind it, and people are going to believe it, and people are going to cheer for him because now they're like, this dude's been champion for like 6 months. I don't want him to drop it to some garbage face. Come on, keep this title. Like people will get around to liking Roman. It's just going to take a little bit of time. It's going to take a long time.
What about if you rejoin with the Shield?
I think that would be really bad for Enzo. What the fuck am I saying? That'd be really bad. That'd be really bad for Seth and Dean, because if Roman Reigns comes back now, the Shield will get booed. They don't fucking care.
Yeah,
the Shield will get booed.
Hell
yeah!
I've been saying that for a while now.
But they was cheering for Roman when they did it.
Okay. The people that were cheering for...
They may pop at first.
It'll fade out, and they'll remember...
Fade out, and they'll be like, oh, wait, we don't like Roman Reigns. Now we can't like Dean Ambrose and Seth Rollins as well.
And that's terrible.
Right.
But, well, he is a Shield, but...
Alrighty, man. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Have a good one, my man.
Hmm.
Oh, God.
Jake Ballard says, look at Dolph. He is one of the most talented wrestlers. And I agree. He is.
Yeah, he's good.
But the issue is that here, I'm going to tell you a story.
All about how you're like.
Former WWE writer Kevin Eck did an interview recently and talked about how Dolph Ziggler was supposed to, I don't know exactly when this was, but Dolph Ziggler was supposed to start a feud with John Cena. John Cena was the babyface, Dolph Ziggler was the heel. They said, okay, we're going to test this out on some house shows, see how you guys work together, and go from there. John Cena, as the babyface, told Dolph, you're the heel. Heels are supposed to call it in the ring at a house show, so you call the match in the ring. Match went okay, I guess. Go backstage, John goes to Vince and goes, that guy can't do it. I tried to give him the reins. I tried to tell him to take control. I didn't like the way he did it. Ever since then, John Cena says, oh, I don't like him. Well, Vince says I don't like him. Boom.
Yeah, there you go. That's why.
Here's another thing. He also said when Dolph was Mr. Money in the Bank, everyone was pushing, this guy's going to be something. We give him the world title. He can thrive with that. Pat Patterson was a big supporter of Dolph Ziggler when he had the Money in the Bank contract. And so Vince goes, okay, I can see this guy getting a big pop when he cashes in. We'll do it on the Monday after WrestleMania. So they do it, and Vince tells them, we're going to give this guy the title, but he's not going to be treated like an actual world champion. We're just doing it for the pop on the night after WrestleMania.
I absolutely wouldn't doubt it.
So it's a fact of Vince never has any actual trust or faith in the guy. So why should the fans, if the guy in charge of the company doesn't ever want to actually do anything prominent with him?
Two things. Supreme Brie, thank you so much for the $15. Again, you are literally made of money, and I don't know how to respond to all of this.
Super chat donation.
Your new girlfriend says, you're so out of touch. The idea isn't to cram Roman down our throats, and that clearly means we aren't booing because it's cool. All right, then. Why are you booing him? Tell me.
Exactly.
Why are you booing him?
I mean, call in and tell us. The phone number is on the screen, 559-475-8473. If you would like to actually call in and tell us why we're booing Roman Reigns. I mean, I don't boo Roman Reigns.
I want to know. I want to personally know why you guys don't like Roman Reigns. Call me and tell me. Call me an idiot. Do what you want to do. But I want to know why. I need to know why.
Roman Reigns, I mean, he's one of the more over superstars, especially he's how they say like John Cena appeals to kids. I think Roman Reigns does as well.
You are a wrestling snowflake. You need to lie about why we're booing Roman. Roman sucks. His fans are real wrestling fans. End of discussion. I am a Roman fan.
I've been saying for a long time, especially since he had the feud with AJ Styles last year, that Roman Reigns should be getting cheered, that he is better than the crowd, lets us believe that he is.
Yes, he's have you ever seen him sell? It's fantastic.
I don't know if I can say fantastic, but
why are we booing him? I don't know. I want to know why you guys are booing him. My belief is
Daniel Bryan.
Ooh.
You know where this all started.
Yeah, WrestleMania 2015? No. Royal Rumble.
It was the Royal Rumble. Fans wanted Daniel Bryan to win that Royal Rumble. Roman Reigns won it. The Rock couldn't even get him cheered.
Yeah, that's sad, dude. That's so sad, dude.
I mean, and that's the whole thing. And ever since then, it's just been like, the crowd's been against him because it's another thing of, well, we didn't say that this guy was ready. We didn't start cheering this guy as a top guy like we did with Daniel Bryan, like we did with CM Punk.
See, Charles Montgomery Punk. Do we got any calls?
Yeah, we take one right now.
Let's do it. I want to hear what people have to say. I don't want to read these comments right now.
Caller, you're on the air. What's going on?
Hey, Tim. Hey, Nick.
How you doing, my man? What is going on?
Pretty good. So you guys told the chat to call in to ask why they're booing Roman Reigns.
Go for it.
And I don't. Let me start out by saying I don't hate Roman Reigns at all. He's not my favorite wrestler. He's no Finn Balor. He's no AJ Styles, in my opinion.
Okay.
But I don't hate Roman Reigns. But I'll tell you why. If you look at Daniel Bryan back in 2013, they had no plans for him. And then all of a sudden the crowd just miraculously got behind him, and boom, they got to pick why, they got to pick the champion. Reigns was just kind of shoved down their throats, and they didn't get to pick it. Reigns just thinks that he's just some, I don't know, some prodigy, but like the crowd doesn't think so because they didn't get to pick who.
Exactly.
And that's just my opinion on Roman Reigns. I mean, he's not a bad wrestler. He's got an okay song. He's got a great set of moves. He's great with the kids. I don't have a problem with him. It's just that he's just not, I don't know. You know what I mean?
So I'm gonna try to like break down what he said there, just so I could just so I can understand and make sure it's right.
Yeah.
So what you're saying is people don't like him because he wasn't what we wanted, and since then we're gonna boo him.
Well, it's not even that. It's we could have wanted him. It's just that instead of just getting handpicked, like Daniel Bryan did, Reigns just got everything handed to him. And I'm not saying he didn't work for it. I'm just saying Vince thought of him as the guy, and since it's not that we don't want him. It's just that he got pushed too early because of Vince, in my opinion.
Okay, well that makes sense. Well, yeah, thank you. That makes a little bit of sense hearing that.
Yeah.
I think. Go ahead, Tim.
Go ahead.
And you brought up the whole Daniel Bryan thing. Well, you can thank CM Punk for that. Daniel Bryan would have never. Well, I can't say never, but there is a good chance Daniel Bryan would not have had that great run leading into and at WrestleMania if it wasn't for CM Punk. If CM Punk wouldn't have left the WWE, CM Punk would have got the feud with Triple H. CM Punk said on Colt Cabana's podcast that he went to Vince and said, "Why aren't you pushing why aren't you pushing Daniel Bryan right now? He's your hottest wrestler you have, but you want to push other guys that are over because they've been around longer." And he really pushed for Daniel Bryan to get pushed up to the main event spot, and then him leaving, Daniel Bryan got put in the CM Punk spot. Now, I'm not saying CM Punk would have won the title at WrestleMania 30, but it's a fact of CM Punk was supposed to wrestle Triple H. He left, so Daniel Bryan wrestled Triple H and ultimately got a title shot, got that main event win.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and that's why the fan was so behind him, was because Vince wasn't, all up, into that wrestler, and obviously he wasn't, because he wasn't getting pushed until, later in his career,
Right.
Yeah. I mean, I feel like, I'm 18 years old and I didn't really follow indie wrestling when I was young, but I feel like I was, and this is kind of rude to say, but I feel like I was robbed of Daniel Bryan. I feel like I never got to experience Daniel Bryan in the way that I wish I could have.
Exactly.
And that's what I just have to say about it. I mean, what happened to him was tragic and all that, and I don't even know how we got into the topic of him, but yeah.
And well, one more thing I have, what do you guys think is the best looking title in WWE right now, or top 3 maybe?
Best looking title.
Like most prestigious looking, most best looking. I don't know.
Right now, the NXT title is pretty cool.
Yes.
Okay. Well, what about the main roster? I say the Intercontinental, the WWE, or the SmackDown Live Women's.
I mean, I like the main WWE Championship with just the big WWE logo on it. I mean,
yeah,
me too.
That just shows you're the WWE champion.
But is the Universal kind of the same thing though?
Pretty much, but with a red strap.
Yeah, it's a Twizzler title, but
oh Lord,
the Intercontinental title I think is the best looking. I think it's just it's so prestigious too.
Oh yeah, definitely. All right, my man. Thank you so much.
Have a great night.
Yeah, thanks for the call.
You're 18. You're serious? 18. You sound 30.
They think you're the same age as me.
Hold on. Oh, I thank you. I do appreciate that. No, yeah, in complete honesty, what are words? What are words? What are words? What are words? I'm sure Roman is a good guy in real life. I just don't like his character getting opportunity after opportunity, and he's still not the champ. The tag belts are actually the best ones. WWE belts look so bland and dumb now. All right, Mr. Negative. You know what's a great title?
What?
You know what I thought was an awesome title? The winged blue.
Eagle?
The winged eagle with the blue belt. All right, David wants us to pick up his call so badly.
Tell me your first 3 numbers, and I'll know to pick you up.
Because I guess he's been trying to call. He wants to express his emotions on this Roman topic.
All right, because I got a couple calls coming in, but I don't know which one is actually him.
Just take the calls, and we'll get to it when we do.
All right. Hopefully this is him. And caller, you're on the air. What's going on? Oh, nope. Caller dropped out. They picked him up. Caller, you're on the air. What's going on?
All right, guys. We still on the Roman Reigns topic?
Yeah.
Sure.
All right. So I guess my opinion for why we boo Roman Reigns is that I guess personally I think we just, as the WWE universe, I think we feel like we get too much of him, and to the point where it's like, oh, it's Roman again. It's Roman again. That's why I think we got tired of John Cena too. And personally, I like Roman Reigns, but that's my take on why we boo Roman Reigns.
So what I heard from that is that you think people boo Roman Reigns because he is just kind of always there. He's kind of forced into it.
Right.
Yeah, just like always into the bookings, always in the show and stuff like that. I think, personally, that's why I feel like people get tired of him and just watching him and just always being in everybody's business and stuff like that. But like I said, I'm not one of those. I think Roman's a pretty good wrestler. He's not in the level of like Shinsuke or AJ, but he's there and he's pretty good.
Right. So what I got from that is you think that the fans think that he's on TV too much, and maybe you can cut one Roman Reigns segment to give somebody else an opportunity.
Yeah, there you go. Something like that, Like,
right.
Personally, lately we've been seeing so much that he's going after the title a lot and stuff like that, and then he screws it away from that to fight Braun.
Roman
And
fights
then there was
himself.
that Lesnar versus Joe.
Right.
Personally,
right.
I like that Lesnar versus Joe. The Lesnar versus Joe matchup. Oh, I love that.
That's going to be money down the line.
Oh, what's gonna be good is Braun Strowman versus Brock Lesnar, because Paul Heyman is gonna be able to book that match.
Yes.
Yeah, I really liked what WWE did with Samoa Joe and Brock Lesnar.
Well, I've heard multiple times that Paul Heyman has a lot of say on every Brock Lesnar match, and he pretty much what he says, this is what I want to happen in the Brock Lesnar match. 99% of that is what happens. And when we saw at Survivor Series all the guys just hitting their big moves and just big, reaction spots, that's a Paul Heyman booked match where you just go out there and you keep hitting your big moves. You just have spots to pop the crowd, and that's what we got at SummerSlam.
We got that too with a little bit with him and Goldberg just hitting spears and then going to Suplex City.
And that match at match at WrestleMania is probably one of the best under 5-minute matches I've seen. God knows how long, if not ever.
And that was with the tired out audience too, and they still liked it. If WWE can push more people like that, like Joe, now that it just adds more and more, and that's why I believe Roman Reigns, just people got tired of oh, here we go again. This guy's gonna go after the title again. Stuff like that.
Okay, I want to get your guys' opinion. I want to get your guys' opinion on this in the chat. No man, I hope I say this right. Shaik says Roman hasn't won a pay-per-view match since WrestleMania, and still people say he is shoved down our throats. Well, it's not a fact of he's winning a lot. It's the fact of that he's just on TV all the time, multiple segments every episode. I think that's the fact, not the fact of that, he's always got to get the win.
Yeah, I don't see him always winning and stuff like that, but like moving him along, not always going after the title and giving someone else a title chance, like we're doing with Braun and Brock Lesnar, stuff like that. And I think WWE's just got to move along with the show. That's how I feel.
For sure. Thanks a lot, man.
Sure. Thanks for the call. Have a great night.
Thanks, guys.
Hey, you want to hear something crazy?
Okay.
Imagine this, right? Imagine this guy, fresh, new, young guy going for the title. Who does he have to go through to get that title? Roman Reigns.
Oh, okay.
That's a good way to get a guy over. Beat Roman Reigns, people would fucking love him.
Oh, yeah.
People would love him.
Why do you think
Alrighty.
they love Braun? I mean, Braun's just awesome, but still, he's been able to put down Roman Reigns.
I think people really like Braun because he's just refreshing. It's just like, when was the last time we seen a guy like Braun? Braun.
When's the last time? That's a good question.
Exactly.
When's the last time we saw somebody like Braun?
I don't think we've ever seen someone like that. I mean, I wouldn't even compare him to Goldberg because Braun is like, God, Braun's just this crazy athletic dude who eats food. Like the weight he eats in food is probably what I weigh, which is just monster. That dude is just great.
And
I love him.
To see his growth over the last year, not just in the ring, but his charisma as well.
Ooh, Umaga.
Ooh, yes. There you go. That's probably the
Daniel
last guy.
Daniel 316.
Daniel 316. That's probably the last guy you can say that was just a big monster heel like Strowman is now. But like I was saying,
not even Show got that.
Not really. But like I was saying, even his like charisma and just his facials, like I said on Sunday, when he was just sitting there on the steel steps when they were carting Brock Lesnar out of there, and he was just licking his lips laughing.
Oh yeah.
Like how many guys can try that and not look stupid? He didn't look stupid. He just looked like, haha, I kicked your ass. You're out of here now, buddy.
Early Kane? I think he was just booked as strong.
Not early Kane. First, demasked Kane. When he feuded with Shane.
It's gotta be Kane. God, yes.
When he feuded with Shane and he electrocuted Shane's balls.
Yeah, I have a personal question.
Okay.
You got any word on Luke Harper? What's up with him?
He works the dark match before SmackDown almost every week.
Oh, poor guy.
That's all I'm hearing. And I mean...
Ooh, I really, really like what Adric just said.
Okay, go for it.
Strowman is able to take a loss and still look strong.
Yes.
Yes. God, can someone, everybody, just give A-Dirt your love, because that's such a good point. That's such a good quality about a wrestler, is to be able to take a loss and have that not affect you. And you know who has that too? You know who can do that a lot, and you will probably agree, but the chat might not? Bray Wyatt.
No.
Fuck you.
I think they've just done Bray wrong too much this year. I mean, the maggots in the ring at WrestleMania, the House of Horrors match. No, I just think.
Tim?
What's up?
Hey, Tim, please say I'm not finished with you like Braun does. For the fun, please.
So say it like Braun.
Yeah.
Let me get into the mindset.
Why do you people do this?
What?
Why do you want these things?
When he just says, Roman, I'm not finished with you.
You sounded like a sad Batman.
Yeah, I couldn't do it. I couldn't do it at all.
God, but yeah, I think Braun's probably the biggest example of a home. Why do they keep pushing Bray? He needs to go away. I don't think he needs to go away. I just think he needs someone good to feud with. Do we get a caller?
Yeah, we can get a call right here.
Let's go.
Caller, you're on the air. What's going on?
Hi. I have two questions. First one is like an opinion going into the question.
Okay.
So I feel like The Miz and what he said on Monday Night Raw was completely amazing, and I think him holding the Intercontinental title is just bringing it back to the prestige of where it was many years ago. Who do you think is going to be the person to take the title off of The Miz? And do you think that the person will downgrade the title or the other way around?
Okay, I hope you understand how downgraded the title is right now. It's been 45 days since that title's been defended. That title's supposed to groom you for the world title. The Miz has held it about 4 times this year, 5 times maybe. Hasn't even come close to that world title. He needs to drop it or he needs to defend it. It needs to be used. He's right. It's a shame that the Intercontinental title was not defended at SummerSlam. Stone Cold Steve Austin, The Rock, Shawn Michaels, those people held that title and they made it what it is. Guys like The Miz, and I don't mean any disrespect to The Miz, he needs to drop it because he's better than this. He doesn't need to be groomed for a world title. He needs the world title. He's ready. Who needs that IC title? I don't know. I don't know who deserves that right now. I don't know who can bring back all that lineage. I think Dolph Ziggler right now would be a great title holder.
Maybe. David Cantu says in the chat, do you think what Miz said on Raw was a mini pipe bomb? And I do.
I think he asked me that, by the way.
Well, he did, but I was going to answer that. But, I mean, do you think?
Absolutely not.
No, I honestly think that he was pissed off about having to do an empty arena match, and they told him, you're mad? Go out there and say it on Raw.
Oh, shit. My bad, guys. My microphone just booted there. But I think what happened there, was they said, hey, are you mad? And he's like, yeah, I mean, I guess I'm mad. And they said, here's a rough script of what we want you to say. Kind of go out there and do that. If you even think Punk's quote-unquote pipe bomb was off script, you're wrong. So that's what I got to say. I think it was planned, but I will not deny that it was good.
I mean, there were reports that they did the match. Miz went backstage, and he was just furious that they made him go out there and do an empty arena match with like two guys in the crowd.
I just realized we still had a caller. What's going on, man?
All right. My second question is, after No Mercy, do you feel like John Cena will be the next guy in line for the Universal Championship?
I honestly think after No Mercy, he's going to leave for a little bit again.
Yeah, I think he's going to be gone after No Mercy.
He's got to leave any time now. He's filming Transformers. That movie started production last month, and they should be filming any time now. So from everything I had heard, it was a 1-month stint on Raw before he leaves.
All right.
Yeah. Thanks, man.
All right. Thanks for the call.
I love you.
But no, I feel like, Miz was furious. The reports were that Miz was furious after having to go out there and do that empty arena match. And so they were like, you're mad? Well, then tomorrow night, we'll give you the mic. We'll let you, here's kind of the route to go. But if you want to go off a little, you can go off a little. Miz is one of those guys that they can trust to go off script a little and not, like, screw it all up.
Yeah. Yeah, I know what you mean by that. He's able to go off, but he's also able to understand, like, the boundaries and all that good stuff.
Yeah, like, I can say this or I can go this direction, but I know how far to push it before it's just nonsense.
Yeah, no, definitely. I mean, I think that, too. Heath Slater for Intercontinental Champion? Maybe.
Oh no.
Cool.
Heath Slater wants Brock. Do you know why?
Because he has kids?
No, because Jinder Mahal, former 3MB member, WWE Champion.
Oh my God, stop.
Drew McIntyre, former 3MB member,
Stop.
NXT Champion. So
Stop.
You need
Stop.
the leader of 3MB to be another top world champion. You got to go after Brock since you're on the Raw brand, and that's the only title that's not held by 3MB.
Stop.
He tweeted or Instagrammed it the other day. It's funny. It's funny.
Yeah, no, it's hilarious, but I highly doubt it.
No, Brock will go in there, suplex him once. It'll be a thing where he comes out, like Brock and Paul are in the middle of the ring cutting a promo. He'll come out and be like, I want a title shot. And Brock will just look at him, laugh, suplex him, and then walk away.
Didn't that already happen?
Probably.
It already did, like in the beginning of Slater's push.
Probably. I mean, Slater's done a lot of stuff. I mean, he lost to Lita on Retro Raw.
You wanna take another call?
Sure. We got a call right here.
Lady Titty.
What?
Lit.
Caller, you're on the air. What's going on?
Hey, is this the Pro Wrestling Unlimited?
Sure.
No,
is.
this is Bronco Billy's. What's up?
No. So I was wondering, you remember the photo that I tweeted you about, the Donald Trump
Right.
sign? That guy, he got escorted at the arena, and everyone ripped down the signs. I just wanted to let you guys know that, because I was there for 4 days, and he was there just, being an asshole in front of everybody, and apparently just escorted him out on SmackDown.
That's good.
Interesting.
I think, in my opinion, I don't even want to give my opinion on that because I mean it's just gonna spark a fuse that I don't really want to get into there. But that is good. I think keeping politics out of wrestling is probably going to be the best idea.
Exactly. I mean,
well, one more thing before I go.
Sure.
What did you guys think of the beach balls?
oh
Were you
wow.
here for the beginning of the stream?
So what?
Were you here for the beginning of the stream?
No, I wasn't. Sorry.
No, you're good. So we kind of talked about it, and we basically both just said it's annoying and it's stupid and we hate it. There we go.
Pretty much, yeah. Pretty much, it's annoying, it's stupid, it's disrespectful, but at the same time, WWE has called it cool and romanticized it. So you can be on the fence about it either way, like, oh, it's stupid that they banned it, or oh, they shouldn't have banned it since they've called it cool themselves before.
Yeah. I just think it both ways. It is annoying because I did get distracted, but it was cool at the same time. But
well, here's my question: like you said, you were there. So was it something that the crowd was more into the beach ball than the matches, no matter what match it was?
Cool.
Like,
I guess it just depends on what match it is.
Gotcha.
Because, like I said, for the Finn Balor match with Jason Jordan, beach ball came everywhere from each side of the arena.
Right.
It was crazy. But you guys keep up the good work, and I'll call back later, okay?
All right. Thanks for the call. Have a great night.
Thank you, my dude.
Thank you.
What a guy. What a guy.
Yeah, the whole Donald Trump thing, you put him in the WWE Hall of Fame because things he's done for WWE. I mean, his Trump Plaza hosted 2 WrestleManias. He was involved with WrestleMania with the whole shaving Vince's head. So if you just think of it purely like that, then it's fine.
Yeah, I mean, ouch. Ouch. Double mic ouch. He's done okay. He's done things for the company, and they want to repay him by saying, hey, we're going to put you in our Hall of Fame.
Exactly.
Supreme Bree, I have to go. Thank you so much, Supreme Bree, for all of your donations tonight.
Exactly. Everything you've done.
Hope your birthday continues to be great. What a great stream. Thank you so much for tuning in. We love having you here. Supreme Bree, you are always welcome here. And since he donated $50, or she, I don't know if it's a guy or a girl.
It's a guy.
Okay, since it's a guy, you can absolutely, I think, doesn't $50 get you a guest co-host spot?
I could double check.
It does. I'll always support this channel. That's why we love you, my man. Thank you so much. People are saying Bray is a babyface. I think that would be hard to do.
Yeah.
It'd be hard. Elias for IC champ. Maybe. Like if you were gonna give a jobber, if you were gonna give a jobber a title, give it to Bo, Curtis, or Axel. I hate to break it to you, Timmy Turner. Curtis Axel is one person. Will you get the tattoo? Supreme Bree, if you have a Twitter, follow me on Twitter at PW_Armstrong and send me a DM. I'll talk to you. I might be nice. We'll see.
And update on the Patreon. With the $25 Patreon, you get to do a 10 to 20 minute podcast episode with us.
That's pretty cool. I really like that.
And since he's a $50 donator, if we can get his info, he will get a special shirt for Patreons of the Hall of Fame level.
How do those shirts look?
Oh, they look cool. I'm still
You wanna show me?
I'm still tweaking the design, but
Okay, I believe it. Seems cool.
what were you saying about Curtis Axel? Before I cut you off.
No, this guy was just like, the next champion should be Bo, Curtis, or Axel. I hate to break it to him. Curtis Axel is one person. Jinder is on juice. Yeah, the only juices he on is just constantly working out and bettering himself. If you guys listen to Talk is Jericho, absolutely listen to the episode with Jinder Mahal, because it gives a great insight, and it was just like, it grew me on Jinder Mahal as a person, and it definitely inspired me. I mean, in all honesty, it gave me inspiration to keep doing.
I've only ever heard good things about Jinder. Like, everybody backstage loves the guy. He's great.
He's a nice guy.
Like, apparently he's great to work with. He doesn't complain about things. He's the world champion, so people would think, oh, well, he's now got room to complain, and if he sees something he doesn't like, he'll this and that about it. But no, I've heard just nothing good things. People give him criticism. People say, hey, try this next time, do this next time. He takes it. He does what he said that Vince has even come to him like, hey, I like this, I don't like this, try that. I think he says this in that Talk is Jericho episode, where he's like, Vince will come to him just like, hey, do this like you're doing, or don't do this, and Vince just gives him advice, and he just sits there and listens and just takes it all in. And that's why Randy Orton wanted to work with him.
Jinder is absolutely probably one of just the hardest workers I've ever seen, and it sucks that he's put in a spot that he was kind of rushed into, but I think he's doing the best that he can on his own, and I applaud him. He's doing great. I think when his title reign is over, he's going to have a brilliant SmackDown run. Once his title reign ends, he will not be an afterthought.
Probably not.
So, yeah, thanks so much for that. Oh my God. What? Apparently Supreme Brie is 13 years old.
Huh.
How am I going to tell my mom? Yeah, I just got a tattoo of a 13-year-old's username.
But Cactus Jack has a good question here in the chat. He says, what happened to Goldust, and do you think he should get a run with the IC title? Well,
Goldust will not do anything. I'm sorry.
They made it seem like Goldust was going to become a manager. He said that at SummerSlam, he would reveal or be looking for his next star or starlet, and then nothing happened. We didn't see anything of him at SummerSlam, not on the kickoff show, not on the main show. And then we didn't see him on Raw as well. So I don't know if they just dropped the whole Goldust thing over the week, or if they just have a plan that just didn't pan out because of timing.
More like didn't plan out.
But I really think
Whoa!
I'm
a funny guy.
I just really think that they're going to start to slowly distance him as a wrestler.
Yeah, no, he should definitely transition into
he is better than a lot of the guys we do see. Like, Goldust is still at his age great.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, for one, that R-Truth stuff just hurt him big time.
Yeah. Nicole Ling says, I have to go right away. Do you think that it's been long enough since Roman's suspension to really give him the trust with the WWE title again? He got caught when he was WWE World Heavyweight Champion. I think it's like way past time.
Oh, yeah.
Ooh, I like this question. David Cantu, at Nick the Heel, because apparently that's my name now. Guys, honestly, what are they going to do with the Dillinger? Too much talent. The reason I don't like Ty Dillinger is because your finishing move should not be a normal move that someone else does.
Right.
And that's all I got to say. It says that the lines are busy. Do you want to take some of these calls?
Yeah, one quick thing on your thing about don't have a finisher that somebody else does. Seth Rollins' finisher is a move that Kenny Omega does.
Exactly.
As just a move.
I don't like that. Yeah, just a move making it into a finisher. It's hard to do. Unless it's a DDT, because that's really believable.
Oh, yeah, glorious DDT. Caller, you're on the air. What's going on?
Hi.
How's it going?
Hello.
Like 2 questions or something.
Sure.
Yeah, for sure.
With the Luke Harper, I saw like pictures like on Instagram or whatever. Apparently he's like with Sin Cara now. Do you have anything on that?
Yeah, they're the guys attacking Breezango, dude.
That's what I thought.
I really think they were just goofing around backstage.
I was thinking like
who attacked like Breezango was them or like Authors of Pain or something for like a good heel.
Now, maybe you can go Authors of Pain, and depending on what happens at tomorrow's NXT TV tapings, we may have a little more of a feeling towards that. And I think with them saying last week, oh, Breezango returns in 2 weeks, maybe you could be right, because they had to, get through. Yeah,
because like that was my other question. Like
get through the NXT.
They were
tapings.
Like, oh,
go for it.
What was that?
No, because I was just saying, maybe it is Authors of Pain. They're just got to get through the NXT tapings, make sure they're not actually going to use them or do anything with them, so they can then call them up and have them be the guys that have been attacking.
Yeah, because like I was waiting and I was like, oh wait, no, it's next week for the like Breezango and stuff.
Right.
Because like that's really the only like good SmackDown like storyline right now.
Yes,
is that and Jinder.
But they did say we were supposed to get the conclusion at Battleground, and then it said to be continued.
Yeah.
I have a good feeling it might be the Authors of Pain. That'd be cool.
My other question is, what do you think so far with like the little like screenshots and stuff of 2K18 is the best like entrance?
Who's that?
Oh, that game looks just gorgeous.
For me, best entrance like is either Sanity, like for tag team, and then like singles. I think it might go to the Miz.
Miz and Maurice. That the video they released today is amazing, and I do want to say, Macho T Hall here on YouTube was at the 2K party last week. He said that what we've seen in videos is not even as good as the game actually looks playing the game. He said it looks even better while you're playing the game. And also keep in mind, the build that they played at that 2K party isn't even the final release build, so it may even look better once the game is released.
I'm excited. We're definitely going to do a lot of stuff on this channel.
I'm going to try to for sure.
Because that's going to be
all right. Thank you.
All right, thanks for the call. Have a great night.
Thanks so much, my man. Have a great evening.
But yeah, the people that were at that 2K party last week, they got to play early version of the game, said that the game, while you're playing, looks even better than the entrance videos we've seen so far.
That's badass. I'm super excited.
Yeah. And then,
Tim, what's your favorite finisher?
What's my favorite finisher? Ooh, that's a tough one. Maybe the curb stomp. Because what I like about the curb stomp is it's a move that you can hit from out of nowhere, and it's a move that you can hit on anybody. It's not like, oh, your finishing move is a Falcon Arrow or something, but you're a, Seth Rollins-sized guy trying to do it to the Big Show. No. But if Seth Rollins say he had the curb stomp still, he can hit that on anybody.
Yeah, no. I think the curb stomp's a good one, but in all honesty, what is my favorite finishing move? Favorite finishing move? I would say I was a big fan of ICW Drew Galloway. The way he would spin before he did the DDT.
Oh, yes.
That just made it.
Talking about, yeah.
That would made it look scary. If you guys don't watch ICW, go watch it because it's fantastic.
And I also like Bobby Roode's glorious DDT.
Yeah, I like that too.
The way he hooks it and then he grabs them by the trunks, to, like just force into it.
Mm-hmm. It's believable.
Oh yeah.
Ooh, Canadian Destroyer, Tombstone Pile Driver.
I gotta bring this up.
Bring it up.
Paige will not be charged with the domestic violence stemming from an incident in Orlando Airport back in June with Alberto El Patron. Originally, Orlando police were investigating Patron before Paige admitted to be the aggressor in the incident. She admitted to throwing a drink on Patron during the altercation. Police actually recommended that Paige be criminally charged, but El Patron, the quote-unquote victim, said that he would not like to press any charges. So Paige is not going to have any repercussions from that. And that's kind of good because I felt like if she did get charged with it, whether WWE wanted to let her go or keep her, they almost had to have let her go at that point.
Yeah. I feel, like I said before, I feel terrible for this young woman.
Right. So, I mean, that's good news that, Patron's not going to press charges. They recommended he did, but he's not going to. So that's a good little note to put in here.
Yeah. So thank you for that, Timmy Tim. How many more calls do we have?
We can take one.
All right, because I was gonna say, how many more do you want to take tonight?
However many you want to do.
All right.
Let's take this one. Caller, you're on the air. What's going on?
I got a question for Nick.
What's up?
Okay. Kurt Angle is your dad, right?
I'll believe it.
Yeah. I'm just hypothetically, you Jordan.
Okay.
Okay, you just lost the Finn ballot. Okay, I'm upset about it and everything, but guess what? I want to challenge Roman Reigns. What you think Kurt Angle would say?
I think so. If I'm his son and I go, I want to challenge Roman Reigns.
Right.
I think he says, well, if you want to challenge Roman, get a win that isn't against a shitty guy. I feel like if that was the case, I think what will happen is we will see Jordan versus Roman, but I think Jordan's going to have to go through kind of like a tournament style thing where each week Angle will be like, all right, you're going to face this guy. Next week, you're going to face this guy. Next week, you're going to face this guy. And so forth.
And also, I forgot about you, Tim.
All right.
What do you think? What would they do with the SmackDown Women's title since the Money in the Bank has not been cashed? And would they bring the Glow Belt back?
So if you're saying if Naomi wins the title back?
The Money in the Bank briefcase,
right,
it's not cashed in yet. If she win, well, it looks like she gonna win it anyway.
Right.
And her next opponent is the former champion before that.
Okay.
And if she get, you actually think Naomi would get it back, and they bring the Glow Belt back since they was talking about the endorsements that she's supposed to get, and it didn't go through the first time, but they said they had to wait a while. When I'm actually, would they put the belt back on her?
You're asking if Naomi can get the title back.
Right. After when she cashed it against who's the champion now?
Natalya
is gonna lose it to Carmella.
Most likely.
But do you think Carmella would lose it to Naomi before they bring the gold belt back?
I honestly think if Naomi's the champion, they'll do the Glow Belt. But because Carmella is the first female Money in the Bank winner, she can't just win the title and then lose it quickly. She has to hold it for some sort of significant amount of time, whether that be a few months, like 3, 4, 5, 6 months. I feel like if she wins that title and loses it within a month or two, no one's going to ever care again about the quote-unquote Miss Money in the Bank.
They don't care about the regular Money in the Bank, so what's the difference?
They do sometimes. It's just the last 2 or 3 Money in the Bank winners are guys that haven't been over with the fans.
Because they've been garbage, scrubs. I mean,
what, Sheamus and then Baron Corbin. They're just guys that weren't over, that they tried to put the briefcase on to get them over, and it didn't really pan out.
Shawn Michaels, Dolph Ziggler.
I mean, you saw that pop when he won.
Right.
So.
Right. The best one was Alberto Del Rio, Money in the Bank holder.
Yeah, that was a really good one, and the way they used him was very good as well.
Yes, actually, he need to come back.
He ain't coming back.
You sure?
Oh, no, not after all the crap he's talked about Triple H and Vince. They never want to work with that guy again.
Well, you know, even the guy he won the belt from the other corporation.
Right.
What is his name? He used to be in the WWE.
Bobby Lashley?
Yes, he do want to come back.
Yeah, I've heard that he was interested, but I don't know if they're interested.
Well, they're gonna need something.
Right.
John Cena looked like a 70-year-old, 15-year-old, and Brock gonna be gone soon, so you're gonna have to put.
Brock's contract does expire right around WrestleMania, and with him not getting the John Jones fight, which is something we haven't even talked about, I mean, he may be more enticed to sign back with the WWE than go to the UFC.
Or Jones go to the WWE.
That ain't gonna happen because John Jones is under contract to UFC. UFC would have to agree to let John Jones go to fight for WWE or do a match for WWE, and I don't see them doing any favors for John Jones at this point.
Right.
How many bones are you gonna throw at this guy where he just throws it right back in your face saying screw you, I don't care about the rules.
Well, if you don't care about the rules, what other punishment you can give him?
Right. I mean, honestly, they're saying that he can get anywhere from a 2 to 4 year suspension for this latest steroid failure.
Well, you see, Brock is still suspended.
True.
So, what are you going to do for 4 years?
I honestly don't know, but as long as he's under contract with UFC, whatever he wants to do outside of UFC has to agree on. So,
yeah, it's going to be kind of hard, but
all right.
Also, Roman Reigns. I'm finna tell you another reason why they hate him.
Okay.
Are you guys bored too?
Go for it.
You remember the World Rumble?
Yes.
Remember the Rumble?
Yes, we talked about this earlier. The one with Daniel Bryan.
The second one. No.
The second ever Royal Rumble?
No. The one where you had the Undertaker and Goldberg.
So this year, you're talking about this year?
Yes. You remember that he had a title match,
right?
With Owens,
right?
And Braun Strowman came in and interfered and bust him through a table and everything. And everybody came out in their numbers, and you notice that the Undertaker was already out there,
right?
And Brock. All of them came out there. And who is number 30?
Roman Reigns.
That made it worse.
That is very true. But
that made it worse. And
very true.
Who got the biggest pop was Randy Orton. And he was a heel.
Very true. But with that, I want to say thanks for the call and have a great night.
You too.
I'm very sorry about that, everyone.
All right. So with that, Cactus Jack says they also don't like Roman Reigns because he retired The Undertaker, but they've been booing Reigns for like 2 years before all that stuff with The Undertaker.
I like how they're acting like... I hate people that say, like, he retired The Undertaker, as if, like, Roman came up to Undertaker backstage and was like, hey, you're going to retire. And the Taker was like, okay.
Hear me out.
Okay.
People say, "Oh, we're booing him because we don't like him that he retired The Undertaker." You don't boo Brock Lesnar for ending the streak.
Do you think people really remember that Brock ended the streak? To be honest with you, I feel like
they did for like 2 years after because Paul Heyman used it in every single promo.
True, he absolutely did use that
in 21-1.
Just like the one in 49-1. Do you not get that reference, Tim?
I don't think I do.
Conor McGregor and Floyd Mayweather?
Oh, I get you now.
The 1 in 49?
I get you now.
I'm excited for that, dude. I'm really excited.
Yes, that is this weekend. Conor McGregor, Floyd Mayweather. Mayweather.
Floyd.
I kind of. But yeah, that's going to be a good fight this weekend. And then let me just touch on something that we talked about there with the whole John Jones, Brock Lesnar thing. Now with John Jones being potentially suspended for 2 to 4 years, they were looking at possibly doing the fight next June or July. Now that John Jones isn't going to be able to do that fight, I think Brock may be more enticed now to stick with the WWE because he would only go to UFC if they had like a big money fight. And who else is there that they can have a big money fight like that with? I mean, some have said Stipe Miocic, but one, he would still have to be the champion by that time. And I don't even think that would be as big of a draw as a John Jones-Brock Lesnar fight.
Well, in my opinion, and this is just what happened, Matt, and excuse me if I'm buffering this, Matt Matorney on the Mitch Rione on the Pat McAfee show called out Brock Lesnar in Bellator. Bellator doesn't care if you use steroids.
No, that's not true.
That's absolutely true.
No,
Bellator.
Here's the thing, though. If Brock is still under contract with WWE, he's not going to fight for Bellator. WWE is not going to mess up their relationship with UFC to let Brock go fight somewhere else. Because they would have to agree and allow it.
Because here's the thing. He'll say, hey, let me go beat the living hell out of this guy. When my suspension's up, I'll come back for you guys. That'll be big money.
Even if he is suspended, I think that still may stand outside of the UFC. I don't know if it's because if it's a Nevada, because I don't, I'm not the biggest guy with knowing everything UFC, so correct me if I'm wrong, but if he is suspended through the Nevada State Athletic Commission, that would mean that he couldn't fight anywhere for any promotion.
That's very true, actually. I did not expect you to say that.
So, I mean, Brock, no matter if he wants to fight in the UFC or if he wants to fight in Bellator, he would still have to work off that suspension. Yeah, it's USADA, and USADA is directly with UFC, but I think it's a commission suspension. USADA is the one that does the testing, and then they give it to the commission. Because what I read this week with the John Jones stuff is the California State Athletic Commission is the one that's going to come up with the ruling as far as how long Jones's suspension is. So that then leads me to believe that it's the same thing with Brock. It's a commission suspension, not just a straight UFC suspension.
Okay, that makes a little bit more sense now.
Right. So even with that, Brock would still have to wait because he retired in February. His suspension still had 5 months left on it. So say he wants to fight, he would have to hypothetically unretire in September, October, November, December, January, February. He wouldn't even be able till February. So, and WWE's not going to let him do any kind of fighting between January and April because they're not going to risk him getting hurt before Mania.
Right. You got a good point there.
So,
well, thanks for making me look like an asshole, Tim. Thank you. So, Tim, what do you say?
Yeah, I think that's going to do it for this episode of Pro Wrestling Unlimited Podcast here on YouTube. Now, if you did miss any of the show, if you came in late or you just want to listen again for some reason, the stream will be up, available for replay here on YouTube, but it will also be available on our new SoundCloud page as well. So if you want to be able to just listen to the audio and not be stuck in the YouTube app, then you can also go back and listen that way.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's super cool that we're going to be on SoundCloud. Pretty soon we'll be on
we're gonna try
on
and get
iTunes.
on iTunes as well, yeah.
And I know I'll tell you about that later. I'll tell you about that off stream.
Okay, but because I've gotten word before, people are like, hey, I like to listen to your stuff. I wasn't able to listen live, but it's long, and I don't want to have to keep my YouTube app open because if you don't have YouTube Red, you got to keep the YouTube app open. You can't do anything else on your phone while you're listening. So if we have other means where you can just get just the audio, like SoundCloud, iTunes, maybe Google Play, then that could benefit you guys as well.
Yeah, no, definitely. There you guys go. It could also help you guys out a lot. So we have a lot of different pages. We have a website, which is PWUnlimited.net. We have a Patreon, which, Tim, what's the Patreon link? Is it just PW Unlimited?
Yeah, patreon.com/PWUnlimited.
We have this. We have the Twitter. We have the Instagram, Facebook. I'm pretty sure we have a MySpace somewhere. But again, thank you guys so much for tuning in tonight. Again, I know you're not here, but if you re-listen to it, thank you so much. Super Breebree? Is that it? Super Breebree?
Supreme Breebree or Briber? I just say Supreme Breebree.
Supreme Breebree for just the insane donations. That was
for sure.
Awesome to everyone that showed up tonight. You guys are the real MVPs. Hashtag push Nick the heel for IC champ. I dig that. I'll get behind that. I actually have a toy Intercontinental title right here.
Whoa!
Wow. Sorry.
Okay.
So,
well, yeah.
thank you guys.
Thank you everybody who called in, everybody in the chat, listeners, everybody that's listening live, listening on the replay. Any way you listen, thank you so much, and have a great night.
Love you guys so much. Top guys, out.